Hi, T.O.T. Carlson, and video game time again today. Today we're going to be looking at one of my favorite old NES games, Arkanoid. Arkanoid, of course, was created by the company Taito, and it was a updated version of the old Breakout concept. This time including a story of all things and power-up items that put a whole new spin on this gameplay mechanic. Arkanoid was originally released in arcades and featured a touch-sensitive turn dial control, and the original NES version of the game that was released to home consoles included the VOS controller, which enabled this so they could be closer to the arcade play. Unfortunately, you don't see a lot of those controllers around today, and those old bundle packs are probably worth a fortune by now. Arkanoid is a series that's received several games over the years, not all of which have seen the light of day in the States. This NES game, of course, is a port of the original arcade game, and at the end of this review I'll also show some clips from Arkanoid II, which was never released on the NES, at least not in America, but it did get a Japanese release. In Arkanoid, you play as a spacecraft called the VOS, and you move around to hit a ball and keep it in play, breaking blocks so that you can clear a path for the VOS to... I guess the storyline is that you want to find a place so that your people can settle down in space. There is a story, which is kind of rare when it comes to these blockbusting games like this, although it has nothing to do with the game and the gameplay whatsoever, so you really don't need to know it to have any fun or know what's going on. There are enemies in each level. You can hit an enemy with your ball to destroy it, but each enemy might do something different to your ball. Alternatively, you have power-up items, which are in the form of capsules, which come out of the blocks you break. For instance, a dark gray capsule will give you an extra life. A pink capsule will open a path so that you can go to the next level without finishing this one. A light blue capsule splits the ball in three. A dark blue pill makes your VOS bar longer. Yes, the blue pill makes your rod longer. There's your classic "that's what she said" moment for this video. I'm not going to go into what every single capsule does, but you can get a pretty good idea here, and that's what really makes the gameplay here unique. At times you can get a little fast and frantic, and for some stupid reason there are no continues. If you get a game over, you're going back to the beginning of the game, and that's pretty disappointing for people who are going to play this one all the way through to the end. It's frustrating at times, but as far as like puzzle action goes, Arkanoid remains a personal favorite, and the NES port is no slouch. I can't really do a direct comparison between it and the arcade game because unfortunately I don't have access to the arcade game. That's a stand-up arcade cabinet I wouldn't mind having in my house one day, don't get me wrong. And Arkanoid II, like I said, didn't see the light of day in the States, but it adds in some new gameplay modes, including a mode that you can edit and create your own levels, new power-ups, new hazards, and even some interesting, cooperative two-player stuff that the first game was sorely lacking. About a year ago on this channel, I did a review for Arkanoid II again for the Super Nintendo. A lot of the improvements that game saw originally appeared in Arkanoid II, and it is a shame we didn't get Arkanoid II in the United States because it was a really good sequel that improved upon the original in almost every way, including, alternate versions of some levels, something you'd never see in the first game. That said, if you can get your hands on Arkanoid and you have an NES, this is definitely a fun game to play, and I do wish the sequel had seen the light of day over here, but you may also want to get Arkanoid II again for your Super Nintendo if you have one as well. Are you an Arkanoid fan? Do you own the NES port of the game? Comment down below and let me know if you're a fan. Also remember to subscribe to my channel for more content, and like this one if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.